Martinelli is close to agreeing a new deal worth around £200,000 a week. Oh, you like that?
Absolutely. He's been brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And his energy, he's got his chance, and he's on that left-hand side, and he can play up front. He's probably more dangerous off the left, if I'm being honest. But, yeah, I think guys like that, you've got to sign them up. Saka's another one. I mean, I don't know what he's got left on his contract. He's so important for the team. Saliba, who's had a great season so far. I'm so pleased he didn't play too many games in the World Cup. I'm gutted for him because he would have loved to have played, but it gives Arsenal more of a chance going forward. But then those sort of guys, you've got to sign them up very quickly.
Are you surprised?
Smith Rowe signed, who's had his injury problems this season, but he's fit again now, so he's another option for Mikel Arteta. But it's a good young team, so you want to keep them all together as long as you can. Yeah. And we know it's difficult because there's probably clubs with more money to say, well, we want your player, and heads get turned sometimes. But if they can see there's a project there under Mikel Arteta and enjoying their football, why not stay for another few years? They're always young enough to move on in latter stages of their career. I mean, I think Martinelli and Saka are only 19, 20, 21.
Yeah, 21.
So another 3 or 4 years at Arsenal, thinking, well, the project could be very interesting and maybe we could win a few trophies here. Then, at 25, 26, you can probably get your move if you wanted one.
Who's going to fill that hole then for Jesus?
That's a big question for Mikel Arteta, whether he thinks Nketiah. I like Eddie. I think he does a great job. Pleased he signed his new contract and he stayed. He's more of an impact off the bench with his pace, but he has done it. He's led the line before. Or where he goes with Martinelli. I don't know what sort of fitness Smith Rowe's at the moment, but he can play on that left-hand side. So that could be an option for him. But I'm sure in the transfer window, I know Edu went and met the owners and they would have sat down and said, look, we're in a very good position at this present time, 5 points clear. Maybe a couple of more players if you can give us the money. Whether they can, I don't know. I don't know what the fair play rules are and what they've done so far. If we can bring in 2 more players into the squad to bolster it, then we might be able to challenge the likes of City. Because City are massive favourites to win it. Arsenal have still got to play City twice. They've got to play Newcastle twice. They've got some really difficult games. There's a period, I think, in January where they play Spurs, they play some Manchester United. They've got some really tricky games. So, but at the moment, they're going well. And that's all they can do. That's all they can do. If you said to me, Arsenal be 5 points clear, going back into the start of the new Premier League in Boxing Day, I'll say no chance. If they're fourth in the top 4, you'd have been happy. So they're in a good position, but there's a long way to go, and there could be lots of changes still in this league table.
Well, Arsenal's first opponents back then
West Ham.
Is West Ham,
yes.
Absolutely, on Boxing Day. It is a late kick-off. It's live and exclusive on talkSPORT, 8 p.m.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.